Hi there. Welcome to Bible/Chat. Gus, hi.
Hi.
So we have you're a man of many words. So we actually, this is our second time recording this one because someone forgot to push record on the sound, and that someone is myself. So it was an error. But anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about
It's
something.
fine. It's fine.
It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it at this
Yeah,
point, right?
I didn't think it was.
Okay, so both of us at different points served overseas. You were in
the
Spain,
mission field.
In the mission field, not
Yeah.
necessarily as missionaries,
Yeah.
but in the mission field. So you
That's
were
for the
in,
next video.
That's the next video.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that next. So you were in Spain for how many years?
11.
Okay.
You don't know this?
How's your Spanish?
You don't know this?
Whatever. Hola. ¿Cuántos años? Okay, so you were in Spain for 11 years. We were in India for 2.5.
Yeah, I knew that, too.
Both of us asked for support.
Yes.
We asked people to give us money so we could go overseas and do this work in churches in other countries. So this is the question I have for you. Is there a biblical warrant for asking for money to do missions? And if so, where would you turn for that?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people ask that question.
Let
often,
me frame this a little bit more,
Yeah.
actually, not to cut you off.
No,
but you
please.
remember the story of like Hudson Taylor.
Yeah.
So Hudson Taylor said, I never ask for money. I'll never ask for money. Or George Mueller famously said, I would never ask for money. We have his biography here on the shelf behind us.
Yeah.
I'll never ask for money. He just prayed and God provided it. So we have this weird sort of dichotomy where people are like, well, if you really have faith, you don't need to ask. But then we asked, obviously, at various points.
Yeah, of course.
So what does that look like? Where would we go biblically to give an answer to that?
I think that there is a misunderstanding as to why we need to ask for support. Obviously, if God is sovereign, why would you ask for support? Because he can give you anything he wants. And obviously, we know that he's the owner of the universe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think we can go to Paul and see that he actually did ask for support. And he had several churches that were supporting him. And, we can go in Philippians, right? And you see that he had a partnership with that church. And they actually had renewed their partnership. But the place that I want to go to is a passage that is very near and dear to my heart, and it's Romans 15. And if you go to Romans 15, you see that at the end of his letter, after writing this amazing letter, Paul is telling them, he's actually telling them why he couldn't come and visit them. And look what it says at Romans 15, 22 to 24. It says, for this reason, I have often been prevented from coming to you. He's been preventing. Why? Because in verse 19, it says he had been preaching the gospel in a pretty big area, actually, from Jerusalem to Illyricum. Yeah. But now, verse 23, with no further place for me to, in these regions, and since I have had for many years a longing to come to you, now he's going to go. Finally, he's going to get there. Yeah. And it says, whenever I go to Spain, for I hope to see you in passing, and to be helped on my way there by you when I first enjoyed your company for a while. What is Paul doing here? Yeah. Well, Paul is telling him, hey, I couldn't see you for a long time. He actually said that in chapter 1. For a long time, I wanted to see you, to come to you, to spend time with you. I want to partner with you. But really, ultimately, I want to come and I'm going to see you, but I'm going to need help because I'm going to go to Spain. He's actually writing a support letter. He says, I hope to see you in passing and to be helped on my way there by you. And that phrase, to be helped on my way there, is the idea that he wants him to send them out to actually help them. And that phrase actually implies money, implies arrangement that they were going to make for them, even letters of introduction and escort. He was going to Spain, to the Iberian Peninsula, and Paul now needs their help. Yeah. And notice he's asking them for their help. He's not just saying, hey, pray. Yeah. Pray that I'll get some money. No,
I'll be there.
Yeah. Hopefully, hint, hint.
And I'm going to go to Spain.
Yeah, he's not saying hint, hint. He's just saying, look, I need help getting there. Philippians is also really amazing because he's actually writing that letter to thank them for that gift. Yeah. And then at the same time, he's telling them, look, you actually have renewed our partnership together. That means that a lot of churches were supporting Paul. They were supporting the ministry there. Yeah. Now, should Paul not ask should Paul not ask for support? As some people say, well, maybe he didn't have to ask, right? Yeah. But he did and God provided through that. And I think
Yeah.
for us as missionaries, we asked for support because that was the way to not only get the money that we needed
Yeah,
to live in India or in Spain or in other places, but it was a way to partner with churches, right? And
yeah.
we wanted to partner with churches that actually had the same philosophy of ministry as us, the same theology as us. And we wanted to give them an opportunity
Yeah.
to partner with it. And it sounds kind of like weird to say that, right? It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I want to give you an opportunity to give to me. But really,
Yeah.
it is. It's an opportunity
Totally.
for people to partner with you as you go overseas.
Yeah, which is interesting because that's literally what John says in 3 John when he says we are
Exactly.
fellow workers with the truth when
Exactly.
we support people who are going out
Yeah.
for the sake of the name.
Yeah.
So
And then he actually talks about someone who doesn't do that, right?
yeah, exactly.
And someone who does.
Yeah.
In that
Diotrephes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's actually really helpful to think through it that way. So asking for money isn't actually the issue.
No.
The issue is that, I mean, that's fine to do that. Paul even does it, and he asks for support in order to get it to a certain place.
Yeah.
But the issue there is actually more about the heart. Like, are you partnered with that person? Are you partnered in that ministry that's being done?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And anyone, I used to say this to people all the time, anyone can write a check,
Yeah.
right? Anyone can say to you,
Yeah.
hey, send you money, $50 or $100
Yeah.
or even $1,000,
Yeah.
but really not be a real partner.
Yeah.
And we had people that partnered with us financially and actually partner with us in prayer and obviously at any need spiritually we had, they were there.
Yeah.
And this is why we had the churches that we had. We were really willing to partner with those churches that we would feel that we would identify with.
Yeah.
If we were living in that place in the country, we would go to that church.
Totally.
And we would be under those elders.
Yeah, which is super helpful to think about it that way because it really is a ministry partnership. It's not just a money thing.
Exactly.
And it's funny because I was actually I used to say this when we were on the field and raising support. It when you get there, I remember thinking when missionaries would come and they would say like, oh, please support us with prayer and support us with money. And I remember thinking that when I was a young person, I always thought like, oh yeah, they say support us with prayer and support us with money. What they mean is support us with money.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But it's actually the other way around.
Exactly.
When you're actually on the field and you realize like I'm in a dark place, I feel very lonely, it's very difficult. The thought that someone is praying for you and then they email you and say, hey, we're praying for you and those kinds of things. It's incredibly powerful spiritually for your care.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
Well, good. Well, that's super helpful. I hope that's helpful for you in terms of asking for money. Next time someone asks you for money, give it to them.
Yeah.
But no, just kidding. But anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@faithbibleoc.org. Thanks so much.